So, you guys know I love fighting games. Fighting games is like one of the main things that I tend to go towards when I do things in the gaming space as a whole, just because they're so fast to do and so easy to get reward off of. But as I was about to play my game, I just saw a tweet talking about Dead or Alive 6. And if you guys don't know, I'm going to let you know Dead or Alive has been on the decline for a long time lately, just simply because their monetization practices are just very poor. Everything they do in terms of the game and how they handle things with the game is just very poor. So I've been curious about Dead or Alive 6 last round, because we had Dead or Alive 5, and then once Dead or Alive 5 was done, they had last round, and I feel like Dead or Alive last round made the game significantly better for what it was at the time. And now we have Dead or Alive 6 that came out, and it didn't have any crossplay or anything. It came out the same way as Dead or Alive 5. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait for Dead or Alive last round, and I'm going to see how that game is. And Dead or Alive last round released, and it is already doing terrible. Okay, guys, it's doing terrible. And the reason why it's doing terrible is because of a few simple things, right? And I'm gonna bring them up here. A few simple things. As you guys can see, I have hours here on the game. I have 4.7 hours on Dead or Alive 6. I don't believe I actually fully purchased the game. Nah, I played the free-to-play version because I wasn't about to buy all those characters, because I knew we were going to get this last round version. And I definitely want to try out certain characters just because I was curious about how they played. They played the exact same. So Dead or Alive 6 came out, it was pretty much a dud. You cannot buy this game anymore, by the way. They completely removed it. And the main thing when Dead or Alive 6 came out was the fact that Phase 4 was a character that they were promoting as a hype character for you to be able to be using in the first place, even though she already came out in Dead or Alive 5. She was a premier character in Dead or Alive 5. Well, you know, Dead or Alive 6 came out, they forced her to be that, and as you can see, even though it was mixed, and it's still kind of in the bad lane in terms of reviews, it is nowhere near as bad as where Dead or Alive 6 is right now. And where Dead or Alive 6 is right now is mostly negative, because it is legitimately the same game that has released with really no changes whatsoever. It's got no rollback, okay, and it's got no crossplay, and both of those things are very, very, very problematic, for the simple fact of, if your game does not have crossplay, if your fighting game does not have crossplay nowadays, that junk is practically dead in the water. There's a multitude of other issues, like the fact that costumes costed a lot in Dead or Alive 6. They cost a little bit less than Dead or Alive 6 last round, but you know, they still are forcing you to go through the game for you to be able to have some sort of enjoyment out of you playing the game in the first place, for you to get the staple, which is these costumes here, these outfits. Well, as I was chilling, I was looking at some of these tweets on my phone, and I saw this tweet where this guy is saying, you got to be kidding me, you still have to unlock her classic costume, despite the fact this new version was advertised with it front and center. And you know that it's a pretty fair assessment. You know, it's right there. You can see her in her blue natural outfit. And I do think that if you're going to have a new game like this with somebody on the front so prominently, you shouldn't be forced to go in and get their old outfits in the first place when they're showcasing like that's something that's going to be there. I think they should have it to where if it's one of the more revealing outfits, those are the ones that you're unlocking. You're spending time to unlock, and the people that are spending money on the game already get what this series is known for. That is an OG outfit, has been here since Dead or Alive 3. Just like, as long as Kasumi has been here, that outfit has been here, okay? At least Dead or Alive 4. I can't speak for Dead or Alive 3, but Dead or Alive 4, she has at least had that outfit ever since, okay? So the fact that, you know, they're making you unlock it is a little bit agitating. I can understand that. I don't think that like it's a major thing, but I think it's very understandable why somebody would feel some type of way about the fact they have to do that. Well, I go and I look at this tweet, right? This is where the tweet comes from. And they're saying, my friends, when they realize you actually have to play the game to unlock the content. And it's a photo of somebody from the Type Moon universe, the what's it called, Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on it right now. Fate Stay Night universe. Someone from the Fate Stay Night universe, you know, looking like they're wounded because this person's saying that, right? And I paused for a second because I'm like, dude, this doesn't make any sense, because this isn't about unlocking things in games. For a long time, people have been saying they want to unlock things in games, and that's a totally different discussion too, because I think like now recently the art of unlocking things is kind of lost on people, because they're like, I'd rather just pay for it. I don't want to spend the time unlocking things, because mastery in games and in a public degree is dead. I'm gonna be real. Mastery in a public degree is kind of dead. Like only a small subset of gamers truly actually care about the highest level of play when it comes to a specific game, because a lot of gamers don't want to put themselves in that position where they have to look at their own gameplay and be like, wow, I'm doing nothing like that. And that's understandable. That's fine. But my point is, that is not why this person is upset about the fact that they have to unlock outfits. They're upset about how scummy this company has been when it comes to handling Dead or Alive as a whole. Ever since Dead or Alive last round, because people didn't like how Dead or Alive last round was actually handled. They didn't like how 5 was handled before. And like I said, I feel like that was one of the better ones. Now, if you want to talk about the DLC outfits, okay, yeah, that's something completely different, because that was ridiculous. But I personally think, like, as a game, without, if you take the outfits out, base game, what you get for what you're paying for, I think all of that was actually 100% worth it. Okay, now this though, there is nothing new. There's nothing new. I've not seen any reports of new outfits. I've not seen any reports of like returning characters coming in with like old outfits that they used to have or something like that. I haven't seen anything. It's been the same things that 6 had that we're having here in last round. So I'm going to the original point. I'm like, what do you mean when you realize you have to actually play the game? So I go and look at the comments. This person agrees with me by saying this is a disingenuous statement, and he's talking about all the ads, and all they did was post a few clips, which that also goes to another thing. Advertising for this game was bad, but for the small advertisements they have, you would think that they're actually improving the game with what's there. And instead of him actually engaging with any conversation, this dude just says cry harder. And the reason why I'm making this video is to showcase the point of why we don't get anything better, because of people like this dude. This has 258 likes, 9,000 views. And for the most part, people aren't really agreeing with him in the comments outside of this guy right here, which I think is kind of nuts. But yeah, it's things like this that are making it to where these companies can take advantage of us, because of the fact people like this are going to buy it regardless. Not only are they going to buy it, they're going to run defense for it. And then the thing that I find incredibly agitating for me is that when there is things of value, because people like this are so used to the fact that they don't have good content consistently, because of that, when we do get good content, you're showcasing that to them, they never understand like why this is good, why it's good for you to be able to unlock something by just playing the game, why them not asking you to log in every day just to keep up with their diminishing returns of money by you just playing the game is a good thing, why having more outfits is a good thing, why having like a color wheel is a good thing for the outfits, you know, why having customization at all is a good thing. They don't understand it. And stuff like this happens so much. It happens in the Dragon Ball community, happens in the anime community, dude. Like, you can't have real conversations about these things. And you know, they're the same people that turn around wondering why these games aren't getting any updates. Where are the balance patches? Where are the fixes? Where are the new maps? These are the same people wondering that. And this is why it happens, dude. You are making disingenuous comparisons to a statement simply to push yourself in a better light. And it's frankly, it's disgusting to me. It's disgusting to me. It's not even about a moral thing, you know what I'm saying? We all play games, you know, but apparently we all don't play them for the same reason. And I mean, like, obviously, right? Not everybody's playing a game to get good at it for some reason now. Not everybody's playing a game to, I guess, socialize in a specific instance with the game's mechanics. No. We're using games as a stage to project certain things about what we specifically like now. And it's gotten to that point to where I'm like, dude, I feel like I can't not say anything about it anymore. Like, genuinely, I feel like I can't not say anything about it anymore. It happens so consistently. It happens so often, so much. I just, it's like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? I really like Dead or Alive as a game. I really liked how the triangle system works for that game, the strike, hold, throw system. I think there's a lot that Dead or Alive could have in terms of like nuance with the characters that they have, with the system they have, and they just don't care. They just don't care. Reselling the same thing, telling you to rebuy all the characters that you already paid for, re-unlock everything that you already unlocked in the old game that already took you an exorbitant amount of time to even get, because of how hard it was to get the pieces to unlock them in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we're at. This is where we're at least on Twitter. Like, I don't know how people are feeling about it, like, on a general stage. Like, if you were outside the internet, somebody looked at it. But honestly, it's like, it's pretty clear. The writing's on the wall. They don't care about this game. Like, the company doesn't care about this game. The people that care about this game apparently only do, like, people like this. Not the dude that's sitting here saying that the dude calling it out was disingenuous. The disingenuous guy. People like that, they don't actually care about the game, bro. They care about how they're perceived by talking about the game, or who they can win over by talking about the game in a positive light. Because, oh yeah, there's got to be some people who at least like the game. There's got to be some people who's willing to see my side. And I mean, like, dude, your side, realistically, your side is garbage. Like, I'm not even trying to be mean. Like, it's just garbage, dude. There's nothing to defend. Everybody thinks this game is garbage. Everyone. Like, literally everyone. Everyone thinks this game is garbage. You know what I'm saying? And you running defense for the smallest minute thing that honestly doesn't even require any defense in itself. Like, dude, they're showing this outfit. That's the outfit you have to unlock. That's like showing Ryu in his OG outfit in Street Fighter 6, and they're like, no, you don't actually get that first. You have to go and unlock some drive tickets first. You need to get some drive tickets to unlock that first, or you need to spend money to unlock it first. It's just the presentation of it. I don't think it's hard to understand that if somebody presents it as a pile of garbage, you're gonna see it as a pile of garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way for you to like flip that over. You can have thousands of dollars in the pile of garbage. You're still digging through a pile of garbage to get the thousands of dollars. Who wants to do that? Like, legit, like, nobody wants that. You know what I'm saying? They will take it because there's $1,000 in there, but nobody actually wants to do that. If there was no $1,000 in there, nobody would actually put their hand in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are we sitting here trying to pretend that this game is good just because it's got hot anime babes in it, or because there's outfits that, oh well, I mean, you could unlock it. Like, dude, that's a bare minimum. That's a bare minimum. They're already over here selling outfits again. Like, look, they're already selling outfits. They are already selling outfits. The game just released. They're already selling outfits. How much money of DLC is in here? Dude, they legit just like, they shadow added that was not there the other day. And these outfits were in Dead or Alive 5. Dude, I'm telling you, they're just reselling the same stuff over and over. And you're sitting here complaining about the fact somebody wants an outfit for a reasonable price of just buying the game that they're showcasing front and center. It baffles me. It baffles me. They typically showcase the price at the bottom here, but for some reason they're not this time around. Maybe it's because they just added all of them in like a huge bulk, so it's not doing that. But yeah, dude, this is like let's see. I'll show you for Invincible. They'll show it. Yeah, see, all the DLC for Invincible is $60. You know, it's what I'm talking about, dude. It's just, It's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. I really don't understand what people are thinking when they're like, oh yeah, dude, no. Everything about this game is pretty good though. Still, I mean, they could have did worse. I mean, they couldn't have did any worse unless they tried to. Like, I am so serious. They could not have done any worse unless they tried to. No crossplay, no rollback. Have to unlock everything you already unlocked. Rebuy your characters, dude. Like, how much worse can you make that? Besides just being like, if you play it, you're actively being punished for playing it. Like, how much worse can you make that? Legitimately, how much worse? But guys, this was just something I wanted to talk about real fast because I've really found it jarring how visceral some of these reactions are. Yeah, sure, it's not a lot of people, but I know that there are people that think that way. Like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. I think you complaining about it is a you problem. You shouldn't even be having a problem with that, dude. Like, it's just, it's this specific instance that spread across multiple different conversations. That is why I'm bringing this up, because it's just one of those things where you legitimately cannot have a real conversation, and I would like to. So that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.